keep you up too late on your Sunday, but I got a few more songs for you. Oh yeah, it's a holiday. All right, never mind. Let's go. I do your song now. This is the first time I've ever played in Port Angeles, so it's very nice to be singing here. I've driven through once before. Yeah, I think one guy. So I like this town because I have no reason to not like this town. And that's how I feel about most towns, you know. I'm lucky that anyone lets me play anywhere. So I usually walk into a town with just nothing but positive vibes. Sometimes a town does not return such positive vibes. But even still, I bring forgiveness. But when I was a younger man, less mature, sometimes I write a song about how much I didn't like the town. It's not mature. We artists, we do that. We're very sensitive, right? You have one bad show, you're like, yeah, that whole town sucks. Really? Did you go anywhere in the town? I had a bad show, so therefore the town sucks. I had a bad show in Philadelphia one time. I wrote a song called Suck It Philly, not my highest moment. But I want you to know I like Philadelphia now so much. We've healed together. I play there once a year and I sing this song to them and we have a good time. But sometimes people who come to my shows, maybe they're feeling that anger, so they'll yell at me, they're like, suck it, Philly. No man, I'm all about the love. I try to defend Philly. It's hard though. Philly makes it hard. I'll give you an example. Ever since I wrote the song, people will write me emails and stuff, and they'll tell me hey, this is why Philly sucks. I'm like, no, don't do that. But I was on an East Coast tour years ago. A few days away from my Philadelphia show, I got an anonymous email. The subject just said, suck it, Philly, and the body of the message had a Wikipedia article link. I clicked on it. It was the Wikipedia article for this robot called Hitchbot. Are you guys familiar with Hitchbot?
Yeah.
One person, all right, yeah. I didn't know about Hitchbot, but I read, and this is what they said. Hitchbot was a little robot that they built in Canada and Nova Scotia. Sweet little guy, powered by the sun, had a big thumb, and they put him on the side of the road. People would pick Hitchbot up and take him. And he was really sweet, and he would say things like, you're beautiful, I love you. And spread just joy and cheer all around. He made his way all the way to the west coast of British Columbia. Came down into Washington, this state with its little Hitchbot passport. Through the Cascades, down through California, across the Golden Gate Bridge, and then started going east, through Arizona, Midwest. Finally, it got to Philadelphia. And according to Wikipedia, it was there for about 8 minutes before it was decapitated and thrown into a ditch. Now I read this and I was like, no, not my Philly. I don't believe it. Wikipedia is not, always honest. So I get to Philadelphia a couple days later and I'm right here doing my show. A few songs in, I was like, Philly, I gotta ask something, but I'm afraid to ask. They said, John, ask us anything. I said, Hitchbot? And they're like, we fucked that robot up! But that's not what this song is about. This is a song about two friends trying to cheer each other up after having a bad day at work. Because that's what happened. Me and my friend Jason were on tour. I'd never been to Philly. He booked us a show at a yoga studio. I thought it was going to be good. It was not. They were so mean to us. They didn't laugh. They didn't clap. We stood by our merch table. We didn't even sell one button. Angriest yogis I'd ever seen. We were so bummed out, man. We had to drive. It was late. We had to drive to Brooklyn, which is not that far, but far enough for us to be too unmotivated to get there. Jason, he slumped into the passenger seat. He was like, man, just get me out of Philly. I was like, I'll do it. I got into the driver's seat, and Jason was so sad over there. How can I cheer him up? Music. Music is what always works. He was going through a pretty intense Dire Straits phase at the time. Loved Dire Straits. I queued up arguably the best Dire Straits album called Brothers in Arms. There's a track on there called Money for Nothing that I knew Jason loved. It was very high energy. It's got that cool guitar riff. And then Sting comes out of nowhere and goes, I want my MTV. And you're like, Sting's not even in this band, this is amazing. And that was the energy we needed. So I tell Jason, I'm like, let's get out of Philly, hit play. But Money for Nothing is not track one. What is a very tender ballad called So Far Away, which is lovely, but not the mood we needed. I'm dodging traffic, running yellow lights in downtown Philly, and Mark Knopfler is just like, so far away from me. I was like, no. So I skipped. Oh yeah, track 2 is Money for Nothing. It starts off with this ominous synthesizer. Phil Collins type drumming. You know stuff's about to go down. We get to the bridge that's going to get us out of Philly. The Philadelphia skyline is behind us in all its wretched glory. There's a blood red moon, steam is coming out of the buildings, bats are flying everywhere, acid rain is pouring down. I stuck my middle finger out the window and I yelled out, "Suck it, Philly!" And as soon as I yelled that, the track went, and it was the most rock and roll moment of my life. That's what the song's about. We left Philly at midnight, put on that Dire Straits album, the one that starts with So Far Away, then goes right into Money for Nothing. Next up is Walk of Life. 3 hits in a row was the Dire Straits prime. I yelled, "Suck it, Philly," and we drove across the bridge, left it in our dust, left it in our past. Oh, some gear piled high in the back seat, and you were riding shotgun next to me. Hell, we could have been Kerouac and Cassidy if it weren't for the Cliff Bars and the cell phones and the sobriety. This is the life we chose. For as long as we get to choose it, then there will be better nights, I suppose. Maybe not, who's to say when we lose it? And I don't believe the words that they wrote. Oh, I question what my ancestors said. Our job is an ancient job. Yeah, we are midnight riders to Brooklyn. Told me that you'd sing at my funeral. Alright, you didn't say that, but I know that you will. Just promise me one thing, man, don't let my mama plan my funeral. Oh, too much sadness, too much black. Some hopeless words to the Catholic man. Ah, you be the MC and you build the band, yet these sad Los Angeles folks to clap their hands. This is the life we chose. For as long as we get to choose it, and there will be better nights, I suppose. Maybe not, who's to say when we lose it? And I don't believe the words that they wrote. I question what my ancestors said. Our job is an ancient job. Oh, and we are midnight riders to Brooklyn. Let's face it, you're never gonna meet Springsteen. I'm definitely never gonna meet Dylan. I know you and I both hate those comparisons, but tonight, man, let's just own it. Remember that gig in Portsmouth? We stomped so hard, my shoelaces came untied. I know that doesn't sound very impressive, oh, but Jason, you know I tie my shoelaces pretty tight. There's something magic in these songs, something you and I can't comprehend. Oh yeah, something about getting some no-name kid from some no-name town to laugh and cry. Yeah, this is the life we chose. For as long as we get to choose it, and there will be better nights, I suppose. Hell, maybe not even now we could lose it. And I don't believe the words that they wrote. Yeah, I question what my ancestors said. Our job is an ancient job. Yeah, we are midnight riders to Brooklyn. Our job is the second oldest job. Oh yeah, we are midnight riders. I want my MTV. I want my MTV. You get your money for nothing and your checks for free. I want my MTV.